This measurement's a little niche. It looks at net profit, but from through the eyes of throughput accounting, throughput being coming out of the theories of constraint. Now, normally when we look at net profit, I'll do this over on the right side, we look at revenue minus expenses equals profit. And then out of that, of course, we subtract out any taxes, and that gives us our net profit. Now, when we look over on the throughput accounting side, the argument there has always been, unless it goes out the door, you really can't call it revenue. So it looks at the throughput side. Throughput being sales revenue, shorthand that, minus the true variable costs. So when we look at those two, that's what gives us throughput. So it's what's actually gone out the door, less those variable costs are related to what went out the door, minus operating expenses. So I'll put minus operating expenses here. So the way to read this, we'll just put some numbers on it. If my sales revenue is $1 million, that's what actually went out the door. Sales revenue is $1 million. The true variable costs on those $1 million is $400,000. Then our throughput is $600,000. That's what our true revenue is on went out the door. And then the operating expenses during that time, let's say were $250,000. Then our actual net profit would only be $350,000. Now again, that's different from what you see up above here. If you're doing a standard accounting argument, question, or discussion in class, you go with what's on top here. But like I said, this is rather a niche topic that looks at net profit from the throughput accounting standpoint, throughput accounting coming out of the theory of constraints area.